Morgan, what do you want to get out of a scrimmage like today's?
Yeah, I think it's just timing and just trying to get back into like that game feel. Playing 5-on-5, you don't do a ton of that during the summer. So when you get a chance to go out there, be competitive at even strength, it just helps with timing stuff, like I said, and breakouts and gap control, that sort of thing.
Big storyline so far camp has been William moving to the middle to start the year. You've known him for a long time. How would you assess his ability and his skill set to make that move?
He's a talented enough player to play anywhere. He can adjust to anything. He can play the wing, play the middle. So I think he has the skill and the talent and the speed and the hockey sense to do anything that he puts his mind to. So there's no doubt that he's going to thrive and do extremely well for us.
Brad said the other day that he thinks the blue line is underrated based on the love you guys are getting from maybe outside the organization. What have you made of the group so far on the back end and how you guys have come together?
Yeah, I can't speak to what people are saying. I can only speak to, our group and our group having confidence in ourselves. And, there's players here that have played here for a minute now and are comfortable and, understand the structure. And I think that helps and that goes a long way. And I think that, the new guys that have come in, whether it's Caber last year or Klinger and, whoever that may be, we're doing a good job, I think, of trying to, get everybody comfortable, get everybody into the swing of things. And, we have high expectations for our group. We're looking forward to playing for real.
Hey Morgan, in preparing for the season, I know during the off season, once you get back out in the swing of things here, did you spend much time going over the video of what you did well in the playoffs last year? How does that factor?
Right now, I think I'm more focused on the future and this season and training camp. But I definitely did spend time during the summer looking at stuff, and I've even talked to Mike Van Ryn a little bit just about good things that helped and areas I can keep building on. That was definitely a big focus for me during the off season. But at this point, I think I'm just looking forward, and I'm just trying to stay focused on the present and having a good start to the season, and that starts with a good camp.
What are the areas that you identify that you want to build on?
There's lots. It's not just one thing. It's always a number of things that add up. I think we did a good job of picking those out, and we're going to talk lots over the next couple of weeks, and again, just try to tee yourself up to have a good start.
What stands out about Van Ryn?
So far, he's been good. He's had a chance to kind of meet with all the D, and he seems to communicate well. But we're just getting going here. We're day 2, so we've got a long way to go.
Higher level of relatability, though, when he's done it, Morgan?
Yeah, I think to an extent. Sometimes it makes it easier to relate to someone who's played, then sometimes it makes it harder because the game's changed a little bit, and sometimes their perspective is different. So, I think he's done an outstanding job. But again, we're just getting rolling here, so we're gonna have lots of time to communicate and get to know each other, and all our guys are extremely motivated to play well and be a top end decor. So I don't expect anyone to take camp lightly. We're all going to be competing hard, and come October, we'll be ready to go.
What do you think Klingberg can bring?
A lot. Great skater, great patience, great puck mover, offensive D that can, really contribute in any way. Incredible on the power play. There's tons there for us. He's a huge addition, and again, he's a guy that as teammates we want to make him feel comfortable, make him just kind of join in kind of seamlessly, and just try to do whatever we can to help him in his transition, because what he brings on the ice is almost unmatched.
As a guy who's a right-handed shot, me being a left-handed shot, if you guys end up quarterbacking either power play unit, do you find that to be an adjustment for the penalty killing team, having to deal with one group with a left shot, another group with a right shot?
To an extent. I don't think it's a game changer for them. I think it's just kind of one of those things that, either way, you're just going to adjust, whether you're on the PK or on the power play. You just do whatever's going to work. You just take what's open. And so I don't think that'll be a huge adjustment, but, it's definitely something to think about.
What's the scrimmage like today's like for you?
Our group had a practice before, so our legs were a little tired there, but it was, every time you get the chance to play, it's fun. So it was good.
A lot of talk about William starting in the middle at training camp? Like, I know it's early days, but what's the feel like so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know he grew up playing center. He's very good at skating. He's very good with a puck in the middle. So I mean, I think it's all good. Yeah, it's good to see him in the middle.
Sheldon talked about how going from winger to center is harder than going from center to winger if you're kind of adjusting mid-season or whatever. Have you found that to be the case whenever you've kind of had to go between both positions?
Yeah, I mean, especially going from wing to center, you have to play in the D zone, which is harder from every aspect. You get more tired. You have to focus more on D, so it's an adjustment, but I think Will is going to do just fine.
What sort of impact do you think it is to have a line where all three of you guys have played center? How does that help?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps. Helps Willie for sure. If he's up front, either me or Max could play down low in the D zone. So I think that just helps.
What stands out to you about Max so far?
Yeah, I mean, he always seen him in the league. He's always been a great player. You know, he's a good skater. He's strong on the puck. He can make plays. He can shoot the puck. He can pretty much do it all. So we're grateful to have him here.
What sort of impact do you think Klingberg can make?
Well, he's a very good D-man. I know him from before. You know, grew up playing against him, especially in the O zone and moving the puck. He's very good at skating. Yeah, so I was very happy to have him here as well.
So what's it like to go through a practice and then have a scrimmage?
That was horrible. Today. That's probably the worst I felt in a long time. But I don't know. I don't really like these scrimmages because I'm more of a lay of the body kind of guy and don't exactly want to do that here. So we'll wait till the exhibition game to start doing that.
Unfair advantage for the group that already practiced and going up against fresh.
Yeah, they were fresh. Yeah, just a little 5-minute warm-up for them. We were getting bagged on the other ice, so chalk it up to that.
What's the feel with, it's early days, but the line you're on, your takeaways from camp, Gregor, what the mix is like for you?
Yeah, I like them. Obviously we're going to have to work on the chemistry, but, so far so good. Gregor, a lot of speed. Camper is, good in all three zones. A little bit of speed, a little bit of grit. So, I think we're going to complement each other well.
Is it hard to kind of turn off that style in skates like this when you do want to run around and
No, yeah, this is my 14th year. I think besides maybe my first couple when I was running around trying to make a team, after that, I don't want to lay anybody out and hurt somebody. I think that's the last thing I want to do.
I think I heard you calling for some music in practice yesterday. What do you make of Sheldon having the music going in some of the drills?
That's my favorite thing I've probably seen since I've been here. It's unbelievable. Although today the early music was kind of trash. We gotta work on that. The EDM during practice isn't it?
Yeah.
A little hip hop. Yeah. If you're gonna put EDM, you need a light show going or something. Just a couple smoke machines.
Have you had that in your previous stops?
Just summer skates.
Just the summer
Yeah, we put the music on for summer skates, but never practice. So hope it stays.
Your takeaways of Nylander, big story at camp has been his move to the middle. Like, what stands out to you about him?
He's one of those top 4 guys because how good he is. He's unbelievable skill. He's real silky with the puck. Haven't seen him play at center, but I guess we'll find out soon.
Early days, but just how are you feeling at camp so far?
Really good. I'm excited. Got a lot of energy and just pumped to start skating with all the guys.
What's it like to start on that line with John?
Yeah, it's an honor. Obviously he's a tremendous player, and same with Lafferty. So it's a big opportunity for me, and I just gotta take advantage of it and work my best to stay in that position.
What's your confidence level?
Yeah, I'm confident in myself. I've always been. I think I have a strong game, and I just try to play to my strengths, use my skating and my size, and I think that's where I get my confidence.
How much did the taste of action you got toward the end of last year into the playoffs help you as you approach the summer in terms of what you needed to improve on?
Yeah, it obviously was a good taste of NHL hockey, the best hockey there is in the playoffs. So, kind of taking it in and just learning how they how everyone on the team composes themselves, how they train, how well prepared they are for games, the kind of nutrients that goes in their body before and after games. That's the kind of things I picked up on. I try to mimic some of it and add it to my game when it came to the summertime, and just try to be as well prepared as possible.
Getting to live with John as well helped in that regard as well.
Of course, yeah. I mean, he's he's a complete professional when it comes to that kind of stuff. So just having him around is big, and something I don't really take for granted.
Are you still with him, or do you have your own place now?
Yeah, so just for training camp, I think I'm going to be in the hotel and just staying there, focusing on hockey, focusing on making the team, and then I think if all goes well and I earn my opportunities to be with the big guys, then I think I might stay with John for a bit until I figure out where it is best to live in Toronto. I'm still kind of getting used to the city, so I'm not sure where to go yet. So just got to take it day by day, and I think I'll find a spot.
Have you figured out traffic?
No, still not. No, it's still crazy to get to the rink. But it's just still getting used to the city. It's been fun so far. So.
Those of us who have lived here our whole lives, we haven't been used to traffic either, Matt, so don't take it there.
Gotcha.
Did you have a sweater mishap, or what happened to...
Yeah, I accidentally put mine in the laundry, so I didn't really notice that I was going with the same jersey there. I thought there was another one, so that was on me. So live and learn, so.
When you're down in Washington at the rookie orientation, you made a comment like, in your opinion, Auston is the best overall player in the game. What makes you say that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a big role model to me. Obviously, a huge influence. Someone I grew up watching. So I just wanted to compliment him, and I think he's an unreal player, and I think he deserves a lot of recognition. But he's someone I looked up to as a kid. So it's pretty special to be able to share the ice with him here.
Yeah, that comment got a little bit of buzz on social media. Do you pick up on that at all, or were you surprised at all about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to look at my phone too often. I don't look at that stuff, but I think it's a big market here in Toronto, and I think everything gets a lot of buzz. So I think it's just live and learn again. Kind of choose your words carefully. So
if William can make that transition to center and make it stick, what sort of impact do you think that will have on the team?
Well, it just gives us a lot of depth, a lot of different looks. It's different, something we haven't done a whole lot of or much before. So a different feel, and obviously, management, coaching staff trying to get a sense of what that'll like and how that'll flow, how that impacts the team. So that's what camp's for here, and obviously, however things progress over the next few weeks and possibly early into the year. So, there's a strong comfort, I think, amongst all of us, how we can play and how we can adapt to different roles and different positions. So, obviously it could be a strength, and gives us lots of options.
How's Matt Knies look to you?
I thought Matty's looked great. I think he's physically so mature, and I think you see the tenacity to his game, the power, and also I think the poise and the puck handling ability and things like that. And I thought he was really impressive in the conditioning skate yesterday, and those aspects of just always come in really ready and had a good summer. Has worked really hard and obviously wants to continue to build on how he finished the year with us.
What's the feel with him and Sam on that line, and what do you like about the potential of that?
Yeah, I think just the speed and the tenacity, and for me to maximize their abilities and to play off that and use my strengths, to complement those guys and help make them better. So, both very talented players. I think both scratching the surface and their ability and what they can do in this league. So great. I think a great blend, and first couple days here have been pretty solid.
You mentioned that Sheldon likes you to focus on your strengths. I think I have a pretty good idea of what your strengths are at this stage, but can you give us an example? What are you looking to fine-tune in the summer?
Well, I think, my game has always probably been really well known through the dots or below the dots offensively. So just continuing to be really strong in those areas around the net, along the walls, finding ways to get to the inside, playing off my line mates, and through transition and coming to my own end offensively, playing through the middle of the ice has obviously always been, a staple of my game, and part of being a centerman, a lot of that part of the game is kind of developed for me, and then just overall as a centerman, playing a big role, a lot of minutes, being really good with and without the puck, and attention to detail in those areas, situational awareness, things like that. So, blend that all, try to blend all that together, and work on some of the skating aspects that I've done throughout my whole career to continue to evolve my game, build up my strengths, and adapt where necessary.
I think you lost a little bit of weight. Is that true? Is that by design? Is that?
I was not intentional. I don't weigh myself, so I just usually kind of go by how I feel. I have never been light, I would say, in my career, so I feel like there's a good foundation there. I've just continued to, follow certain details and things I want to work on, and continuously to be a little lighter, a little quicker, but still, want the power and strength to my game that I think is foundational. So it was nothing super intentional.
So did you and Paul focus on, you mentioned you're always trying to get a little bit lighter on your feet. Was it a continuation of what you're doing last year, or anything in particular in the summer you guys were focused on?
Yeah, I think, we were able to build a foundation last year, just first, starting to work together and really see some of those things stick. So I think it's a continued evolution of a lot of some of those things. But I thought a big part of it was continuing to work on posture, and then also, when you start to fatigue and things break down, and really trying to trust those habits, and some of those technical aspects that you want to stick and become instinctive and to be really strong. So even when you start to break down, you stick with the right principles and right habits, it still allows you to be really efficient.
Auston, it's early so far, but what stands out to you about Bertuzzi?
Yeah, he's been really good. I mean, really easy guy to play with, and I think just myself, Mitchie, and him just trying to communicate a lot, trying to learn each other. Obviously, me and Mitch are pretty comfortable with one another, but obviously when you bring a new guy in, just trying to learn him and learn his game and stuff, and so far it's been really good.
Listening to him talk about his game, it sounds a lot like Michael Bunting. Like, do you see or feel any similarities between those two guys?
I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities, a lot of differences as well, but similar in the regard that, two guys that play extremely hard, they're at the net, make plays, and just like I said, very easy to play with so far, and, just kind of learning each other and trying to grow that chemistry.
A little scrimmage today. Do players tend to enjoy the scrimmages more than the drills?
Personally, yeah. I wish we could have went a little bit longer, but it's always good to kind of get back in that rhythm. I mean, I think both parts are pretty important. Just trying to get the structure pieces down and the way that we want to play, and throughout the practices, and trying to get a hold of that. And then obviously it's always fun to play. So you kind of understand that you need a little bit of both.
William getting a look at center right from day one at camp. You've obviously played with him a long time. What do you make of his ability to make that transition, and how his skill set might fit the role?
Yeah, I mean, it's a position he's played before, so it's obviously a little bit different than playing the wing, but he's an amazing player. He's so good at so many different things, and the way he skates and thinks the game. So no, I can't imagine it's too difficult of a transition. I think it's just kind of getting used to it and stuff like that. So he looks really good so far, so we'll see how it goes.
How does that change the dynamic for you guys if that works out and you can spread you and John and William down the middle? Like, what sort of impact do you think that could have?
I mean, it's just kind of spreading around the depth of our team, of our forward group, and especially the depth throughout the middle. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Sheldon, if things go well with William in the middle, what do you feel the impact will be on Tavares and that line you have there?
I'm not quite sure I don't understand the question.
If William is a center, does that impact, I guess, how you use Tavares, what you're looking for from his line?
No, I think it just gives us increased depth. I don't think that it would impact that. I think we have. To me, we've got more real options on wings. That allows us to. Talked about the depth on left wing yesterday, and some of the different options that we have there. So I think that's part of why, why I would, want to consider going like this and starting camp this way. Because I think we can spread it out a little bit better. We saw some of the benefits of spreading things out last year in the playoffs once we acquired O'Reilly. So we want to. You got to look at it, but it's about getting Willie comfortable. In terms of how it impacts the team or the flow of the team and the group, we're really not going to have a sense of that until we start playing games, and then probably it's not going to be till regular season really to get those answers, because it won't be all that often through this preseason that they'll all be playing together.
Sheldon, you spoke about Matthew Knies yesterday among some of the other younger players that impressed you yesterday. What was your assessment of them in the scrimmage today?
Yeah, it was a short scrimmage, so it was hard to pull much from that. But I thought they had jump. I thought Knies and Robertson, of the younger guys, which they're the older guys of the younger guys. I thought they stood out more today. You can tell both guys have lots of confidence, and that's a good thing.
Sheldon, there's a lot of players, a real wide pool of players who could have been in on a PTO. What led to the attraction to bring Nordreiter in?
He's not a player I was overly familiar with. Obviously being out west in San Jose there, I think certainly with Tree, well, really, with Derek Clancy and Tree and Shane Doan, I think, all three guys, are very familiar with the West in particular and spending time out there. So he's a guy that they liked, and the more I watched him on video, he's got some speed, or I should say not some, lots of speed. He's on the puck, he's got tenacity, he has the ability to score and finish. I think maybe he's got a little more offensive ability than what he's been able to show in the NHL thus far. But he's also got a good foundation to his game. So you bring him in, you give him an opportunity, see if he can latch on to a role, and then maybe grow inside of that.
What sort of impact do you feel Klingberg can make, and what do you like about starting him with McCabe?
Well, I think he's an excellent puck mover. Can get the puck into the hands of our forwards. Can also be a guy that can join the rush and be involved that way. A guy that can finish a chance and create chances for others. I think it's a different element than we've had on the back end. He's got some work to do in this game defensively here. We've talked about that. We're going to be working with him. It's going to take some time. But his attitude's been great. I think he knows where he's at and where he needs to improve. But we want him to use what he has. He's got some great gifts offensively, ability to, like I say, transport the puck or distribute the puck, walk the blue line, get the puck to the net. So you want to see him thriving offensively, and then over time, we'll clean up some of the things defensively that we need him to. Jake McCabe's a veteran player, that played well for us last year in the regular season, especially. And we expect him to get off to a good start and be a bit of a stabilizer for Klingberg at the same time.
Where are you on Connor Timmins? He's such an intriguing talent offensively, what we saw last year. Where has his game come from? Where did it come over the summer? And what you see now?
Well, he's put in a ton of work. He, not just over the summer, but from basically the trade deadline on, he was really in development mode and just had a great attitude, has worked extremely hard. He's a guy that, you expect him in here pushing. I thought in the scrimmage today, made a few excellent plays. You can see that sense that he has. He's going to play lots here in preseason and get an opportunity to win a job and make things difficult on us.
John mentioned that you've always pushed him to focus on what he does well in the summers. We always wonder about guys adding stuff to their game. Yeah. Why do you do that, and how have you seen that maybe help him stay kind of ahead of the age curve?
Well, I do think that's important. I mean, of course, you do want to be looking to add things to your game, of course, but you can't do so while sacrificing what makes you great. And sometimes if your attention goes in the wrong direction, then you end up sort of disconnecting from what makes you great. And John's got some great elements to his game below the circles and certainly below the dots, is dangerous and as good a player as there is in the league and has been for some time, I believe. And that's a real strength of his game. So the more often that he or his line mates can get the pucks into those areas, it's a real strength of his. The things that, I think maybe the biggest difference for John is a lot of the things he's added over the years to me are related to his defensive play and his commitment to that. His awareness on the ice has improved dramatically. Obviously, it's early going here in camp, so those kind of things don't show up, but they certainly show up. Certainly show up on in his game when we get playing for real, and it has improved for me in the last couple of years. So you like that, and I think he's added a lot in that sense. And I think as he's matured, gotten older, the desire to win outgrows everything else, and he's looking to do whatever he can for his own game and to lead our team to win. So that's been the most exciting growth that I've seen from John over the years.
Anything new on Benoit, Sheldon?
I believe he skated today. I think that was the plan. I haven't got any reports. He's day to day. Some back spasms that have created some discomfort that didn't make sense to push through at this stage. But the hope was that he would have a good day today and then start to work towards joining the group.